Your abs are already there. Every single person reading this has a six-pack. The muscle exists. It developed. It's sitting underneath everything else doing its job every time you move, breathe, or stabilize your spine. The reason nobody can see it has nothing to do with how many crunches you've done or haven't done. It has everything to do with what's sitting on top of it. This is the conversation nobody wants to have about abs. So let's have it. 1. Abs are not made in the gym. They are revealed in the kitchen. You've heard this before. You've probably dismissed it because it sounds like a motivational poster. But it's straight biology, and understanding why it's true changes how you train. Your rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle, sits beneath a layer of subcutaneous fat. That fat layer is determined almost entirely by your overall body fat percentage. Training your abs builds the muscle underneath. It does absolutely nothing to the fat sitting on top. No amount of crunches, planks, or AB wheel rollouts removes fat from your midsection. They strengthen the muscle. The fat stays until your overall body fat drops low enough to reveal what's underneath. For most men, that visibility threshold is somewhere between 10 and 14% body fat. For women it's higher, typically 16 to 20%, because female physiology requires a higher essential fat percentage for hormonal health. Above those thresholds, the abs are there. They are just hidden. Like a sculpture covered by a tarp. The art exists. You just can't see it yet. 2. You're probably eating more than you think. This is the uncomfortable part. Most people who can't see their abs believe they are eating reasonably well. And they might be, by general standards. But revealing abs requires a sustained calorie deficit, and most people are either not in one or cycling in and out of one without realizing it. The human brain is remarkably bad at estimating portion sizes. Studies consistently show people underestimate their calorie intake by 20 to 40%. That means someone who thinks they are eating 2,000 calories is often consuming 2,400 to 2,800. That gap alone is the difference between fat loss and maintenance. Between visible abs and hidden ones. Liquid calories are usually the hidden culprit. Coffee drinks, juices, sports drinks, alcohol, none of them feel like food, but all of them count. A single large flavored coffee can carry 400 to 500 calories. 2 drinks on a Friday night can add 600 more. That's over 1,000 calories that most people don't factor into their daily total, and it happens twice, 3 times a week. 3. Your AB training is probably backwards. Here's the irony. Most people who want visible abs spend the majority of their training time on AB exercises. Crunches, leg raises, bicycle kicks. All of which build the AB muscle, which is already there, while doing almost nothing for the fat covering it. The most effective training strategy for visible abs isn't more AB work. It's compound movements that burn more calories, build more total muscle mass, and elevate your metabolism. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, and rows burn significantly more calories per session than any AB circuit. More muscle mass means higher resting metabolic rate, meaning you burn more calories doing nothing. That's how you create the sustained deficit that actually reveals the abs underneath. Train abs for strength and stability. Train everything else to create the calorie deficit that makes them visible. Most people have this completely backwards. 4. Stress and sleep are silently keeping your body fat high. 2 variables most people never connect to their abs. Cortisol, your stress hormone, when chronically elevated, specifically promotes fat storage in the abdominal region. Your body under chronic stress is biologically incentivized to keep fat around your midsection as an energy reserve. You can be in a calorie deficit and still struggle to lose belly fat if your cortisol is consistently elevated. Sleep is the other silent factor. Poor sleep disrupts leptin and ghrelin, the hormones that regulate hunger and fullness. Sleep-deprived people consistently eat more, crave higher calorie foods, and have reduced willpower around food choices. 6 hours of sleep versus 8 hours can add hundreds of calories to your daily intake without a single conscious decision. If your diet is reasonable, your training is consistent, and you're still not seeing progress, look at your sleep and stress before you change anything else. 5. Genetics decide where your abs show first and how they look. This is the part nobody wants to talk about. AB genetics vary significantly between people. The number of visible sections, 6, 8, or 4-pack, is determined by the arrangement of your tendinous intersections, which is genetic. The symmetry of your abs, whether they are stacked evenly or offset, is genetic. How low your body fat needs to drop before they become visible is influenced by where your body preferentially stores fat, also genetic. This doesn't mean visible abs are impossible. It means your abs will look like your abs, not like someone else's. And the threshold you need to reach to see them might be slightly different from the person next to you. The actual answer. Your abs are there. They've always been there. What's covering them is a body fat percentage above the visibility threshold, maintained by a calorie intake that matches or exceeds your expenditure, possibly compounded by poor sleep, elevated stress, and training that prioritizes AB exercises over calorie-burning compound movements. Fix the deficit. Sleep properly. Manage stress. Train the whole body. The abs will show up on their own schedule, because they were always there waiting. If you want a full training system that builds the compound strength that actually gets you lean, please check out our playlist. I'll see you all in the next video.